It's crunch time. And also, like, there might be, like, some other live stream happening. I don't... Something with the little digital monsters. How many people did I upset with that phrase? So many people. So many people. Hi, everyone. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, I upset Peggy. Please do not crush me. Also, people would actually be super excited if there was a Nintendo Direct Digimon stream.
I'd be excited.
There would not be people mad about that. They'd be like, yes? Can we get that? People love Digimon. Oh, man. Look at this. I've barely begun to speak. Broken Dylan gifting out the milk bombs. Thank you, Dylan. Folks, welcome. Welcome. There is, in fact,
Ow.
There is there's
hot.
a little Pokemon news this morning, and it's not necessarily that I dislike Pokemon, because I don't, but like I'm not actively in that fan base, and I don't actively know what's going on. So it's one of those things like I'm not gonna cancel our stream or move it. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. So, there might be, I don't know when that ends. Probably like half an hour or something. But there'll probably be an influx of people that arrive
After.
Mm-hmm. So.
My spoon was hot.
Satsy says, have you gotten bored of Pokemon? Not necessarily. It's just that the amount of time required to play Pokemon adequately is too much time. It's too much time. Callium says it's a 3-minute video. Is it seriously just 3 minutes? Because if so, then people will be here sooner. That's the big problem. Like Mao and I played X and Y when it came out, and it was great. It's a fun game. We never beat it. Mm-hmm. And there's so much other stuff to play and to do. I like Pokemon. I love it conceptually, and when I played X and Y, I really liked it. But it takes so much time, because like when you start playing it, you're like, oh my god, you gotta catch all of them. At least that's how I played it. So like I was still in like area 2 forever. It was great. It was great. I very much got almost nothing done in that game. It was fun. I also didn't make any breakfast this morning. Instead, I decided to just have oatmeal cookies. And I'm not going to eat very many of these because I know that I'll...
Eat them all otherwise?
Yeah.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Thank you. See, this is the beauty of yogurt. You just grab it.
Okay. I really don't want many of these. But it's alright. Didn't make breakfast. Who are you?
We were in bed a little bit longer than we should have been.
That's not it entirely, though. Like, I'm going to eat lunch and like recent morning can of Coke. Roll call. Thomas. Recently, breakfast stream has gone long to the point that, you know, when breakfast stream ends, I'm basically starting to work on lunch anyway. So, also cheers to Massey. This is Massey's cover.
Thomas is also eating a cupcake.
Thomas, are you having a cupcake and Coke for breakfast? Because, like, you know what? I'm not going to judge you. Everyone's got to find their own fuel. If that's the fuel you need, you go for it. Renee had a nice firm egg sandwich.
3 glasses of water, too. That's good.
Lots of Me and the mods having a very fun dialogue about eggs. Thomas, we're gonna put that on your tombstone. Thomas, I can't wait to pee. All right, let's read some things. 16 months from Hugplex20, who says 16. Hey, breakfast stream. Sharing this after work Friday night, so it's a bit early, or it's right on time. I mean, it was early when you shared it, but it's right on time now. 14 months from Zerk the Alien. Thank you, Zerk. 16 months from Hugplex. Did I just read that?
Coffee.
16 months from Hugplex. 18 months from Wolves of Pie. Appreciate it. 6 months from Van the Tokamon, who says 6 months of Crunch and the best internet grandparents ever. Also, disc only high P. That's right. Thanks for the reminder. Oh God. Certainly they would have told me and reminded me. I think I have something set on my phone. Tonight at 9 p.m. You can tell I know all of the information. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on John's channel, twitch.tv/ProtonJohn, John, Jared, Tom, and myself will be engaging in the first inaugural episode of Disc Only Podcast. It is an hour-long show where there is no particular subject or theme, and we speak with our mouths. And that's it.
Hi, Kip Kip.
If you miss it live, it'll be archived on John's Twitch channel, YouTube archive channel, and then also it'll be coming to all the podcasty stuff. iTunes, Spotify, and God, what's the other one I keep forgetting? Waves. Stitcher.
Come here, bub.
Renee says, because normally you speak with something other than your mouth. Well, ask my wife. Don't let her answer that. 300 bits from Mr. Waluigi64. It says, good morning, internet grandparents. Good morning,
Hi, sweet.
Mr. Waluigi.
Hi, buddy. You can lay down on my lap? Oh, yay!
He's chosen you. You've been chosen.
Good boy.
He blends into your
pants.
pants.
You're cold. You got the cold feet.
Man's got black and white pants on today.
Mm-hmm.
He is very sweet. He just wants to cuddle. He's just a little cuddle bug. 12 months. That's a year. From Elia Lugaru, who says, 12 months. Today is also my 31st birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Man, your birthday on your year anniversary, that's pretty good. That means every year that you get a year older, you can also celebrate another year. That's pretty neat. It's like 2 birthdays in one. 20 months from the chemist 2020. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Wait, it can't have been 20 months already. Time sure flies. Chemist, congrats on your golden resub. 2020. Happy Yoshi 1973 with the 16-month resub says, oh my god, 16. Glad I've been here. So excited for all that's to come. You guys are awesome, and so is the chat family. Have an awesome day. My favorite grandparents and the chat. Thank you, Yoshi. I'm very grateful for everyone here. I really am. Mal and I were just actually having a conversation about this yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I think yesterday. About how grateful we are that, there is a strong community presence of people that are positive and uplifting and encouraging and wholesome and inclusive, and it runs on its own largely. People are nice to each other in Twitch chat. People are nice to each other on Discord. People are nice to each other
in the comments.
Mm-hmm. We appreciate it. More than you know. It's one of those things that you get very used to, and then at some point you have to step back and say, this has been a long time coming, and we are very happy that things are the way they are. And, thank you all for being awesome and contributing to that atmosphere. Because it's you guys are as much of a part of that as anything. I know people are always like, we love you internet grandparents. I'm like, okay, but also it would be a very different situation if the chat was like explosions all the time, and it's not. So
What was that?
thank you.
What? Are you trying to roll?
He's trying.
You trying to roll?
God, he's so cute. Man, you know what? We're really gonna... I think at some point we're just gonna have to, like, zoom out the camera.
So he can be seen?
It's just... Yeah. It would be a really weird framing.
Yeah.
But... there would just be kept cam all the time.
La di da.
People like
We just
the
need a
kept cam.
second camera that points wherever he is.
Just like a little camera off screen that just is like a lap cam. And I can hit a button.
And then we need one for your lap, so we really need two.
You do realize that you're giving me ammunition to buy cameras.
No, you can't.
But Mallory.
No.
But Mallory. Yeah, right? Right? People heard her. Chess is machine learning learning to train the camera to follow Cap.
I mean, we just have to make sure we don't wear black and white.
I mean, my camera's autofocus that recognizes faces recognizes Kep's face.
Yeah.
Like when Kep looks at it, it's like, this is a face. I don't know if it understands that it's a cat face, but it knows it's a face.
When you do like faces on Snapchat or whatever, it recognizes Kep's face. It never recognized Sagan's, but it always recognized Kep's.
Yep.
I think all the lines on Sagan's face with his tabby markings were confusing.
Yeah. But they always got Keppy. Oh, he's being cute. All right, I gotta move on.
Don't look at the Kepi.
I think last
he will suck you in.
I think last breakfast stream we actually had a brief like little Kepi break where we were like, Kepi, you're great. No, wait, it was on Friday stream. Yeah. It was on Friday stream. God, Sagan was a good cat. 19 months from Joopy Cat. Thank you, Joopy. 9 months from BRZ1994. Good morning. Thank you for the relaxing mornings you provide. I enjoy these streams very much. Likewise. It's nice to have something in the mornings to look forward to on our end as well. 19 months from Italian Lad 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. 7 months from KRC David. Says, good morning. I've missed watching live the last few months because of homeschooling my kids, but I'm happy to watch live again now that school is finished. Welcome back, David. And I'm not sure what the correct words are. Congratulations for homeschooling? It's probably not the best word choice. I know that has to be incredibly difficult. I cannot relate to that, obviously, at all. Trying to get him to sit is not quite the same as homeschooling a child. But like the sudden upheaval of everyone's lives and then asking parents to like suddenly homeschool children is so difficult. So shout out to you and all of the other parents that, basically at the pin drops know this, like had to just start teaching your children. Because I know we have a lot of people in our community that have kids, and like I can't even imagine very suddenly having to do that. So, yeah. Well, yeah, props is a good. We'll say props. That's also just a fun word. So yes, David, to you and all of the other parents here. Here's to you. Props. Thomas says, hire him to teach your kids. Also an option. Just let Thomas do it. Let's see. We also got a sub here from available username. Welcome. I think the usual phrase is drop of a hat. The pin drop is... Yeah, I thought of that immediately after I said it. I was like, that's not the phrase, but they understand what I mean. And it's early. It'll be fine. The drop of a pin. We're inventing new phrases. 300 bits from Paint Jibber, who says, good morning. It's Tuesday and it means breakfast stream, but also means It's my mom's birthday. And also, only just podcast tonight, even though we can't do much on her birthday since she's an essential worker and because of current events happening, it did not stop me from making her some snickerdoodle cookies as a way to celebrate her special day. You are a wonderful kid. You are a wonderful kid. If I tried to make cookies, I'm not sure exactly how they'd turn out.
They'd end up with cookie dough all over your hands.
Oh my God, Mallory. Listen, I may have ruined dinner last night. We fixed it, and by we, I mean Mallory. It's fine. It's all... it's all okay. But happy birthday to your mom. Happy birthday to your mom. And now everyone is going to be like, what do you mean? This will be brief. This will be brief. Last night, we were making a pizza, and yesterday was actually, yesterday was a cleaning day. Yesterday was a mental health day, but part of that was cleaning to enhance the mental health in the home. And we'd been busy all day doing all sorts of stuff, and when it came time to make dinner, Mal was still cleaning stuff, and I was like, well, I can start working on that. So I got the little bag of mix for the pizza crust.
Yeah. Which we keep just in case.
Because we were making a pizza, and
so we don't have to wait on a dough to rise.
I was following the directions. And I did all the ingredients, and it mixed it all together, and then it said form into a small ball. Mm-hmm. And I took that to mean that I was supposed to pick it up and form it into a small ball. It did not necessarily say that, but that's what I thought that it meant. So after I had mixed everything together, I picked it up and very quickly realized this was
a big mistake.
A big mistake, mm-hmm. And it was just all over my hands. And like Mal was like
I was washing Kepler's fountain.
Yeah, Mal was washing stuff, and she wasn't even looking over, and I just immediately was like, I have made a mistake. And Mal looks over and goes, oh, honey. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And it was so stuck to my hands. I still had my ring on, too, so it was, like, everywhere. And I was like, can we salvage this? And Mal's like, no. So, Mal, MVP, from scratch, made a new pizza crust.
You're lucky I had yeast.
I felt so bad.
Just like...
But, like, Mal was like, it's fine, it's no big deal, you just misunderstood the directions. And I was like, no, I'm a screw-up, look what I did. And she's like, no, it's okay.
Just go wash your hands.
Just, you know. But yeah, Mal then, like, just made one from scratch, and it was fine.
It could have been better.
It was not the best pizza crust we've ever had, but
I didn't want it to sit there and try and rise for an hour.
Yeah, but did we get to eat pizza last night after I ruined the thing? Yeah, we did. So.
It was more of a bread crust because of that, though. Not so much a pizza dough.
Yeah. Venus Featherhead said, don't worry, Steven, I've tried following this one cookie recipe 3 times exactly as it said, and they ended horribly. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it just happens. There can be, like, one step that you, like, slightly misunderstand or misread or something, and, like, things can go wrong. And I'm quite good at following directions. I'm usually quite good at doing recipes. This is one thing where it did not clarify, and in my brain, how it should be was not how it actually was. And as soon as I picked it up, I was like, it's a little sticky. And then I applied my other hand. I was like, huh. And then immediately, it was just everywhere, and I was like, oh, no. And Matt was like, yeah, you just need to, like, form it into a ball with the fork in the bowl. You don't have to touch it. And I was like, okay.
You could also, like, flour your hands and...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you used a little too much water.
Me?
Yeah. Don't worry. We fixed it.
Hey, as Renee said, lesson learned. Mm-hmm. I've learned. The only thing I really learned was
not to do it?
Was just not to make that anymore and to let Mal do it. There's a lot of things I'm very capable of doing in the kitchen.
You've gotten really good at pancakes.
That's like saying you got really good at breathing.
That's the first thing you learn is pancakes, French toast, eggs, and grilled cheese.
Okay. I honestly don't think I've gotten good at pancakes. Like, the pancakes I'm making now are fine.
Yeah.
And they're the same way I've made pancakes for 20 years. Like, I don't think that I'm...
You've gotten faster and they look better. They look like good pancakes. Like...
I think you're looking for a compliment, and that's what you've chosen, and I don't think it's as good of a compliment as you realize. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, I can trust you to make those things without supervision.
Oh my god, that is not a compliment! That's not better! That's... You know, when you first almost burned down the apartment making toast, I was concerned for both you and our marriage. But now I trust you to make pancakes. And I trust you to breathe. God. Tune into Breakfast Stream where we just make passive aggressive comments to each other.
Oh, that was a good photo of Jesse.
Remember, Mal? Wasn't there a time I made like a Valentine's Day meal?
You did.
And it was like something good. What did I make?
You made filet mignon and you had an Oscar.
Yeah, I made steak Oscar. And it was good. We don't bring that up. We go, Stephen can make pancakes now. And I'm like, I can do better than that. Sometimes I grab the dough ball, but other times there's more to it. Anyway. Cat tax? Cat tax.
Look at him.
He's a good boy. Sweet little stinker. Alright, let's keep going. 10 months from Am in Iowa. Hooray for 10 months. I finally completed the journey, and knowing who these people are makes multiplayer games that much richer. We actually just had a conversation about that, too. Mm-hmm. I was actually talking to... I talked to you about it, but I also was talking to Eric about it. I did an interview about Morning Mario, and I don't think this part was in that interview, but we were just talking about the fact that StephenVlog and Stephen Plays are so closely entwined, in that people who take the time to watch the vlog are going to get so much more out of the video game content. And you know, that was something that Eric said, and I was like, I completely agree. That's something I've thought for a long time, and it's hard to, like, you know, say that and spin it in that way, but like it's true. And you know, certainly it takes a lot of time, and I understand that not everyone's going to have the time to devote to that. Ollie Thompson says the Stephen George Cinematic Universe, basic kind of, you know, but if you understand who, you know, Haley is, who Alex is, and you've seen them interact in real life, it really does add a lot, so they're not just a voice that comes on during, you know, Broken Picture Phone. Can you watch just Broken Picture Phone and think that it's great and learn, you know who Chaz is through that? I mean, you can, but if you've seen the videos with Chaz, then I think that it makes that stuff even funnier. So, yeah, just something to think about. The Peggy bits, the 2033 bits, were from Incarnado95, who says, good morning, Grandma and Grandpa. It's my birthday today, and to celebrate, I thought I would invite Peggy. Super excited for this only tonight. Well, happy birthday to you as well. Lots of people having birthdays today, and I hope that you enjoy your birthday episode of Disc Only. It's gonna be great! Asterisk. Cannot guarantee it will be great. It hasn't happened yet. We don't have a script. I can't really make any actual promises on that. It'll probably be fun. If you're coming in late and you're curious what Disc Only Podcast is, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Proton John's channel. join us. We will be doing little podcasts. Renee's got the deets, courtesy of Nightbot. The Milk Bomb this morning, the 5 gift subs from Broken Dylan, went to Flower Rose Blossom, Fishbowl 33, Sinosa 99, McDoukles, and Ant Dawn. Thank you, Dylan. Sincerely appreciate that. Let's see. 2 months from Bubbles 8738, who says, 2 months, I recently discovered your channel in February, and your chemistry as a couple made my hubby and I want to play video games together again. Thank you. Awesome.
Welcome. I know February to June, but...
Well, yeah, I think that welcome is still an appropriate greeting. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So if someone joined in February, we can still say welcome. That's a welcome in the grand scheme of things. And also, I'm excited about that. Video games are great. They're a wonderful way to bring people together. Especially now when, because of the pandemic, there's so much happening more at home. And it's like, you're going to have a hard time going out and doing things as a couple. Mm-hmm. Staying inside and playing video games and connecting that way is great. So I'm excited that we could help contribute to that in some way. Wonderful. 12 months. From Epic DXX, no message, but congrats on a year. 13 months from Desun Lee. 13 months, ignoring the Digimon comment because I have questions I don't remember it was ever addressed. Has the guest room smell ever been solved, and did the music stop? So, guest room smell was never solved, but it was resolved, and I'm guessing it has something to do with the weather.
Not like the temperature outside.
It has something to do with us running heat versus AC.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I wasn't sure if that was the case, but I think that it is. I think that the problem shows up when we have the heat on. I think.
I thought it was AC because we've had it like all summer.
Wait.
And it was kind of gone over the winter, and now it's back.
Wait, is that it?
Yes.
Okay, then what she said. Wait, so it's back? I haven't been in that room. Is it still smell?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We haven't solved anything. I don't ever go in that room. Mao has to use that room. Mm-hmm. So the cold air is what causes it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
No.
All right. Well, do we know anything? No. No. But we also asked them on 2 or 3 different occasions, and they just never responded to us.
Yeah.
We've also talked about some other things.
Yeah.
Because, like, the breaker that is both the garage and half of the kitchen switches off probably about once a month.
Yeah.
And I've talked to them about that, and they never responded to that either. And I'm like, okay, so you guys just never respond. That's cool. That's cool.
There's some other things that we need done, like the cartridge in the shower is gone. Because, like, if you turn the hot water on, the handle is just like, no.
Mr. Gameboy says, if you hired someone, would that be against some sort of rule? It probably wouldn't be against the rules, but it's like we shouldn't have to pay for it. That should be something that
they take care of.
They take care of.
And if we hire someone, there's no guarantee that they will take care of it.
And, like, now we're in this weird spot where, because of, the pandemic, I'm like, I don't really want folks in our home.
Yeah.
So now we're in a different area, state of this where we're just kind of like coasting. It's like there's a few problems, but nothing is like dire. And because nothing is dire, we're just kind of waiting. And then at some point when we feel more comfortable, I'm going to hit the landlord with all of this stuff again and be like, listen, you finally have to come out and deal with this, and this. So that's kind of where we're at. As far as the music, I think the music has gotten better, and we actually never said it.
I haven't seen a particular vehicle there lately. There's a different vehicle there now I don't recognize with an out-of-state plate.
We suspect that the person was out of work and is now back to work.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened, is that when they were out of work, they were keeping strange hours and playing music, and now that they're back to work, that seems to have stopped. Or Mike says he watches these streams. Maybe. Hi, neighbor. Thanks. he saw me sing that song.
You did learn that which part of the house it's in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was one night where it was happening, where
And you went and looked.
I just walked outside and was like, I want to know where this is happening. And I learned it wasn't happening in the garage. I had assumed that. There was an assumption on my part, but it was not. It was happening in the house, and it's literally the wall closest to the outside of the house that touches the outside of the house, and on the other side is our bedroom, so no wonder it was so loud. Anyway.
Rachel says if it's in your lease rental agreement of a certain time frame, there is South Carolina law about that, but right now we're not.
Yeah.
When this is over, we'll be like, hey, here's the things, and if they don't, then we might start
I mean, if
doing that sort of thing.
Yeah, and like, if there was something that happened that was very important, like it was like, oh, this needs to be fixed right now, then we would just deal with it.
Yeah.
Because there's certain, like, everything related to the pandemic is all about, like, risk assessment, and an individual's risk assessment, and how they feel about particular things. For us, that means not having people come into the house and fix stuff. But if there was something that was...
Like if the AC stopped working and it's July in South Carolina.
Like obviously...
When it's 110 and 100% humidity, like, we would get that taken care of.
Yeah, obviously we would, you know, we would die, so we would have to do something about that. Yeah, there's enough beans. Have beans. Patreon.com/StephenGeorge, or Mal makes, if you choose to support us there. We appreciate it. Some beans, and then also a few fish.
Yeah, a few fish.
Fishy beans. That's fine. Beans are great. No? We have so much fish.
I know, and
We've
I meant to
gotta
thaw
eat the fish.
I meant to thaw some, but I didn't. Instead, I thawed the ravioli. So we're gonna do. Remind me later.
And
to
it's
thaw
fine.
The shrimp.
The fish is frozen, but like, there's a lot of fish.
Remind me to thaw some.
Okay. Just, we gotta eat them fish at some point.
Remind me to thaw.
I will do my best. I'll do my best. 5 months from Link60255. Nice, 5 months. I heard that we're having a Digimon stream. Anyway, speaking of Pokemon, I think this time I will beat Pokemon Sapphire soon. After 7 to 8 years, the game is hard for me. Good luck on beating Sapphire. Sapphire is a game that I bought. I bought Sapphire and Ruby both, I think, and I bought them on release. I don't know if I played Sapphire. I think I played Ruby. Like, I bought both of them and then played, like, the one. So, Mr. Game Boy asks, are fish beans caviar? Now you're thinking with portals. 300 bits from Brent, who says, my first shift with the restaurant fully open, no more curbside only, is today. And I'm not looking forward to the suffocation of a mask, but it's a bit exciting to work as a waitress again. It's an interesting situation as the country begins to, you know, reopen. Obviously, certain parts of the country are more capable of doing that than others, because there's still some places that are extremely hard hit. But I'm glad that you're, you know, at least looking forward to that. You know, I know that different people are in different states mentally with, like, as things, like, open back up again.
If you're allowed to have your own, like, homemade mask, like, I recommend, you know, you can find some on Etsy or other places that are silk.
Yeah.
And silk is a very, very cool on your face. It's not as hot.
Yeah.
Because we have some that are cotton on the inside and flannel on the outside.
Yep.
And the cotton is nice, but the flannel is a little warm. But we have silk masks that we're getting at some point. Made by Haley.
Praise Haley. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We, and people that have seen the vlog have seen the mask that we have, courtesy of Haley. But Haley has been, like, continuing to iterate.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's now has, like, a new design with new fabric, because she's just continually done research about, like, what is the best design, what is the best fabric, and she's very, very invested in just making the best mask possible. And yeah, H for Haley. She's very incredible.
Yeah.
And again, this is another thing, like, we were talking earlier about, like, being on Stephen and Friends. Like, she is more than just, like, this voice. There's so much
Yeah.
About her that's like on the vlog and stuff. But she's incredible. We got 21 months from DC20 Will Save. It says, "Woo, my sub is 21 and just in time for a Pride Month margarita." Cheers to everyone sub who is old enough to drink. As long as we don't look at the part that says month. Please don't give your 21-month-olds. I almost said 21-month-year-olds. 20. Any margaritas. You know what I mean. 500 bits from Mr. Gameboy, who says, "Speaking of the disc-only podcast, John accidentally spoiled the intro to the show. You can find it in the spoiler channel in Discord or found in the VOD of John's latest stream."
Did he?
Jonathan.
All right, loose lips.
I have never spoiled the disc-only intro.
Yeah, well.
So it's really not even the same thing. Have there been times that I have said things?
How did that go? When we're in Japan.
God, that was the funniest one. I think that was the funniest one, was trying not to reveal that we were going to Japan
and
last
then
year.
immediately saying
And then being like, well, when we're in Japan, and then like continuing to move through, and Mal being like, "Steven, you just said the thing." And I was like, oh. Oops. Anyway, yeah, I haven't seen it. The intro is the part with the art that does the zoom in, because Dan made that. So shout out to Dan, who is kind of acting is like the producer role of the podcast. He's not on the podcast, but he's doing all of like the behind the scenes stuff. So tonight, whenever we stream it to everyone, we'll also be recording it locally so we can give him the high quality recording. So if you are a bit of an audiophile and you like to hear like high quality audio stuff, that'll be recorded and be on the podcast later. So when you listen on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, it'll be high quality. 8 months from Platinum Pikachu 153 says, "I want to take this moment to say that I beat Yoshi's Island for the first time on Sunday, and that it was great fun watching your Twitch VODs of the game alongside my playthrough. Now it's time for me to rewatch it all on YouTube." Congrats! Did you go for the bonus levels? Because those are harder. If it's your first time beating it, I would not blame you if you passed on that. Because in order to even get to them, you have to... what is it? You have to get every red coin in the world?
You have to have... Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's 100%, isn't it? So it's like every red coin, every...
all the flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not go for 100%. I don't blame you.
I did it on, like, the first 2 worlds, and I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. We, the playthrough that's coming out now is not 100%. But, we kind of leave it open-ended at the end of the LP. Like, we may return to this at some point and do it.
All stars, all flowers, all red coins.
Yeah. It's... like, Yoshi's Island is hard. One of the things I was reading in some of the comments is people talking about how the difficulty on the individual levels is very much a roller coaster, and I agree. Like, there is not... This curve that you would expect in games is not the way Yoshi's Island is. Yoshi's Island's like... And I'm like, why are some levels very hard and some are very easy? Why? It almost feels like some of the levels are out of order. But it's a great game. It's a great game. And the fact that it is available on the Switch so people can play it. And also, I know some people are against this, but they shouldn't be. Play video games how you want. The fact that you can rewind time on the Switch version. Yeah. Because you're running the emulator, you can be like, oh, I died and I shouldn't have died. Rewind. That'll allow more people to actually get through the game and experience 100%, so. But those bonus levels are hard as nails.
They are.
Hard as nails. It's nuts. 21 months from JCJX, who says, "You got up early and provided premium quality breakfast entertainment for almost 2 years now. I'm proud of both of you." I'm sure we all are. Stephen, Mao, well done. Now, it's Rhine time! It's my inner Emil. Seriously though, did you/would you buy Xenoblade Chronicles? I did not buy Xenoblade Chronicles, and I would not buy it because Nintendo provided me a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles. So because of that, I have it on Switch, and at some point soon, there will be a first 20 of it. So I think I can say that.
You already did.
I have it installed on my Switch now, and obviously I haven't played it, but there will be a first 20 in the near future where I show off Xenoblade. An intelligent one, asked, when's the next first 20 stream? And I don't really know. I'm not sure if I need to do that first 20, soon, or if I can just wait. I don't know. Just know that whenever the next one happens...
That's what you'll be playing?
I will be playing Xenoblade. So... And remember, it is a first 20, because as Mike says, if you streamed that game with Mal, it would take... it would 100% take a year's worth of Friday streams. Yeah, that's it is not a Let's Play, but will you get the first 20 of it? Yes. Yes. Bless you.
Thank you.
18 months from Laney Bears.
Did I
Who
scare
says,
you?
18 months. Forgot to mention this before, but my Animal Crossing island is named Searle.
That's great.
I love it. Also, congrats on OnePlus. That's wonderful. Let's see. Leaping Out from asked, are you planning to pull a Proton John and move to the GBA version to do the secret levels after you finish all the levels in the Super Nintendo version? For Yoshi's Island? No. I mean, we haven't done the bonus levels in the Super Nintendo version, so this is one of those, maybe at some point in the future, we will cover the bonus levels for Super Nintendo. And then maybe some point in the future after that, we would cover GBA. So it's a possibility, but it's one of those so far off possibilities that it's not something that you should,
count on.
Mm-hmm. Basically. But we are, I do love to surprise folks. We surprised people by, returning back to Kirby Star Allies. So, it's not an impossibility. Chess says it's a cookbook possibility. Ooh. Ooh. It's a good phrase. We should start using that around here. That's a cookbook possibility, I'll tell you that. It's not canceled. Thomas says eco. Ooh, deep cuts. People are...
Your friends.
Yeah, my friends have knives today. Anish says, Steven, roughly how much of the F word do you still have to get through in terms of gameplay hours? How do I put this? Man. So I'm going to address this because I think this is important, and I know people want to know. On Sunday, I released an episode of Fallout, right? I have another episode of Fallout ready. It's ready. It's ready. In fact, the only reason I haven't...
Released it?
Well, the only reason I haven't exported it...
Yeah.
...is because I'm giving folks a little time to make any fan art that they want to make.
Okay.
Just for the fact that, there's been an amount of time. So if you are someone that's always kind of been interested in making fan art for the series, I really can't stress enough, and I said this on Twitter yesterday, this is the time. This is the time. If you've ever wanted to make fan art for the Fallout series, you do it soon. Before you lose your chance. That is how close we are. So yeah, there's another episode done. And I know that probably surprises a lot of folks, but it is literally done. And I'm not sure when I'm going to release that. Could I release it as early as this Sunday? I could, but I may wait because we're getting very, very close to the finale. And Raging says, what is left to do in Fallout? Not much. End it. There's so little left to do that I have to. I am literally at the point where I have to start working on the finale. So I don't know how long it's going to take, and I feel kind of weird to be like, here's 2 back-to-back episodes, and then
wait a bit,
and then I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of trying to space it out a little bit. So even though the next episode is done, it may be just a little while before I, hand it to everyone. It's not going to be like that long.
Yeah.
But there's a reason I'm waiting a little bit. It's, people can get fan art in and stuff like that. 21 months from Tachi Gamer 96. It says, I have to go to work in 30 minutes, so I'll only be here for a little bit. It's
been that long, yeah.
They're gone. High in the VOD. 500 bits from Coast 2020 says, on another note, I got a promotion at work recently.
Congrats.
Congrats. I knew it was coming eventually, but still, I got it. I am really excited for this. Awesome. Awesome. I think everyone could use a little bit of good news. And honestly, this is the year that good news strikes harder and is more meaningful than ever before. And also, I think, to some extent, you start to see a little more joy and happiness in, like, the small things, if that makes any sense. Like, 2020 is a friggin' heavy, dark year. Call it what it is. And because of that, little tiny moments are just so much more impactful and meaningful. Like, sometimes, like, I'm petting Kep, and, like, I almost want to, like, start crying, because I'm like, I love you, and you are bringing me joy right now.
Did you see how he's laying?
Yeah, and I'm like, you're great. Thank you for being here, and I love you. So yeah, having something like that happen is light and darkness, so I'm very happy for you. 300 bits from Joel Dre says, pizza, I think you mean grilled cheese and tomato soup. God. I think that's going to become a long-running joke and meme that will ultimately be associated with the Disc Only podcast. Because it was that group that was discussing it. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to the fan art that will be the 4 of us actively eating grilled cheese.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are you doing... Is it going to be audio only tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We are not ruling out the possibility of...
I mean, I know obviously the part on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher is going to be audio only.
Yes, we're not ruling out the possibility of including Facecam at some point in the future, but it will not have Facecam tonight.
Okay.
It'll just be our soothing voices. Or grating. Every voice is subjective. But I imagine if you feel that my voice is grating, you probably aren't actively watching. Also 300 bits from Joel Dre says, good morning.
Sorry.
Good morning, Sab_Irene___. That's italicized. I was also asked if I know how long Dan will take to get it on Spotify. I do not know. I don't know anything about that world, but Dan made it sound like it wasn't going to take long, like before the end of the week. So that's a thing that, well, that's up to him, I guess, but I don't think it's going to take that long. And Paper Penny says, as a regular watcher of Jared and John, the grilled cheese and tomato soup thing is still a running joke in both of those channels. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. I'm like, please work, keyboard, and it's like, I might. Also, shout out to my keyboard because the keys started working again.
Oh, good.
Everyone remember on
Friday?
On Friday when like the keyboard part of the keyboard stopped working. Worked this morning.
You just need to get one with a really
just a
long
software
cable.
issue. I mean, yeah, not wrong. Anyway, 500 bits from Phantom SVT says, good morning, Stephen Mao in chat. I wish I could stay longer this morning, but I have a job interview and presentation later today and tomorrow that I'm preparing for. I'll see you all Thursday.
Good luck.
Good luck. You got the good vibes of chat behind you. So I wish you luck, Phantom. 5 months from Vest Digital Media. Appreciate it. Thank you. 16 months from Buenosaur says, guess I'm finally licensed to drive. Because you're...
16.
I have 2 questions. What's your thoughts on isometric action RPGs like Diablo and Path of Exile? And second, any plans on playing Minecraft Dungeons? It's a surprisingly good ARPG. Minecraft Dungeons looks fun. It looks like a pretty simplified version of Diablo, but I mean, it looks fun. As far as my thoughts on those things, I haven't spent a lot of time playing them, but I like them. Most recently, I'd make a recommendation if you haven't watched my first 20 on Book of Demons. Check that out. Might be something that you're interested in. It's basically, it's like papercraft Diablo. Like, it has a very specific art style that it's going for, and it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of like Paper Mario Diablo. So, Mr. Gameboy says, I played the whole thing, and it's so fun. Cool. It's nice to know that it's like good throughout, because I only get to play like a pretty small amount. But yeah, check out Book of Demons if you haven't, because if you like those sorts of games, you would probably really enjoy it. Yeah, check it out. 7 months from LB308, who says, hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Glad to have you here. 21 months from 98% Peach, who says, what's up, gamers? Hey, do we have any gamers here today? Raise your hand if you're a gamer. Capital G, gamer.
Thomas?
I love the nopes. Chaz, what is a game? A miserable little pile of secrets. Got some gamers here today. What if I'm a gamer with a little g? We'll allow it. One of the interesting things is that there could genuinely be people at the stream, regular attendees, that they're just not gamers, and like that's actually totally okay, because we have we have the intersection of like Stephen Plays and StephenVlog and Mal Makes. So yeah. You've got games, art, and whatever the slice of life coming together in such a way to form Breakfast Stream. And we can have people here that like just do not play games at all. And I think they would still have a pretty fun time.
Speaking of my channel, you know what came out over the weekend?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. We should let people know. Mallory released a beautiful painting based on the beginning of Earthbound. And it's great. And I hope that if you haven't seen it, you get a chance to check it out. Renee's got us with the Nightbot. It's good. It's real good. So check it out.
I need to tweet about it today.
Oh,
with the social post.
Did you tweet the wrong? Oh, is this the wrong thing?
I think it hasn't been updated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hey, the still life is also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fossix normally has those things updated. So I think that's probably why. And also, it just came out like 2 days ago. Renee says, wait, do this one. That's the link. Or as Night Deck says, just go see all the videos. They're good. One of the things that I've always known but has become apparent to me more recently is that like the quality of the video portion of Malmix has also improved a lot over the years.
That's because of you.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, you as the orator also have gotten better.
Yeah.
But I'm talking specifically about, like, the quality of everything, which is wild because, like, the camera hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's the
camera's
same
the same. Like...
The lights are better.
But, like, we've changed the lighting, we've changed the microphone, and also, because we've changed the lights, I've been able to change the settings on the camera. Mm-hmm. And, like, if you go back and you watch, like stuff from the first year, and you compare it to the current stuff, like, it looks better. And it's the same camera. Yeah. It's just... You know, I've talked about it before on Breakfast Stream, but, like, God, you need lighting. You need lighting.
I could use more lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, maybe when we move.
You need more room.
I do need more room.
You need more room.
Because, like...
The camera upgraded
the
itself
room
internally.
is square, and I really need a longer rectangle room.
People are really... People like to bring up the fact that you need a monitor.
I'm okay.
Listen, we will move forward with the There's a plan. There's a plan.
Raging Gymnast asks when the next calendar is coming out. I have to find something somewhere that does calendars, because what I was using, Redbubble, dropped calendars.
Yeah.
So, they said they weren't selling enough of them or something, so they decided not to.
Yeah, it apparently... And that's wild, because Redbubble continues to introduce new products, and they dropped calendars. And I'm like, they must not have been selling them, I guess. But that really sucked, because, you know, it was all within Mao's store. Like, you could go to Mao's store, and it was all there.
Yeah.
But Mao, unfortunately, hasn't been able to make a calendar in the last few years.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know. I'd have to find somewhere else or do it myself.
It would be...
Both are not thrilling.
It would be a little hard
to
do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Is it impossible? No. And will we, you know, we'll look into it again this year and see what we can do, but... Mao's getting close to hitting, like, 100.
The one I'm no, this one was 90.
That's close.
Yeah. The one I start for June will be 91.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing one a month now, so
Yeah.
it'll be next year that you hit 100 paintings, but still, I mean, that's... Maybe when you hit 100, you can do, like, the most popular paintings in a calendar or something like that. We might look into that again. Anyway, 2 months from Hotshot Golfer 12 says, I've been watching you all since 2010 and am finally able to support you. Hotshot Golfer, thank you. And I'm very appreciative of the fact that you've been watching for a decade. That's a long time. That is not an insignificant portion of your life or our lives. And we're glad that you've enjoyed it for that long. 6 months from Alice Forsyth, who says, I love all the videos that the both of you make. It helps put a smile on my face after a lot of bad things that happened the past few weeks. So thank you for everything you both do. How are you grandparents doing today? Pretty good.
Good. Yesterday was good. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night.
Yesterday was important. Yesterday was a, like I said earlier in the stream, yesterday was a mental health day. And I kind of devoted the vlog yesterday to that and talking a little bit about that. We cleaned the house, which we just have really needed to do. Because that negatively impacts us if things are a little dirty. Even if it's just like, you know, I love our boy, but he makes a lot of cat hair. So there's like tumbleweeds of cat hair everywhere.
That's because we have hard floors.
So just getting a chance to clean that up is very helpful. So we did that. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We didn't finish everything. And this was like a deep clean. Like, we do our regular stuff, but this was like a really...
Yeah. Yeah. Raging Gymnast points out a question for you. Says, are there more phone case options on Redbubble? Because I have a Google Pixel 3, which isn't supported, but would love a phone case if they're possible.
I have everything possible allowed, like, checked to have.
Okay. So it's just not a supported phone right now?
Yeah. I suggest that you contact Redbubble, because the more people that ask, the more apt they are to do something.
It's true.
So, like, you can tweet at them or do, like, the support on their website.
Yeah.
And they have added phones before.
Yeah, they've done that before. So if you... And that goes for anyone watching. If you have a phone that's not supported on Redbubble and you're like, I would like to buy a phone case and I can't, please reach out to them in some way, because they keep track of that, and when enough people ask, they will add stuff. So.
I've seen people ask about mouse pads too, and it's the same thing. They don't have them, but they might start if people ask.
I mean, ask them to bring back calendars. if you're bothering to be like, hey, do this phone, be like, where's calendars? I miss calendars. So then we could probably start doing calendars again. 300 bits from Danny X6, who says, just some Pride bits for Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. 16 months at Tier 2. This is Gold Toast. From Red Fury Prime. No message, but we appreciate it. Thank you. 2 months from PK Ow, who says, time to begin the streak. go for it. Good luck with that. 500 bits from Gamer Girl, who says, "Morning, Stephen and Mal. I overslept for breakfast stream. Hope you are well and safe." Yep, I mean, you know, things are as good as they could possibly be, I suppose, for us. And, you know, you overslept, but we've been going long, so you're good. So you're good. So you're good. Also, I love all of the variations of the emotes that they have now.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. They've got everything covered, and that's wonderful. I hope for as dark as the world is at this particular moment in time, that we can find some level of light in June. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, like looking for little specific instances of joy is important, and I hope that we find it.
This is one of them.
Yeah, it is. He is. You're a good boy. And sometimes you're a bad boy, but almost never. Almost never.
He
Genuinely
really likes to shove his face against mine.
Genuinely good animal. Anyway, thank you all. 500 bits from Mr. Game Boy, who says, "Recently, the modding community have created crowd control of Yoshi's Island and Kirby Superstar. Out of the two, which would you rather play?" I mean, probably Superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with both games, but I played Superstar much more. Like, the playtime wouldn't even be close. I liked Yoshi's Island, but I didn't come back to it over and over and over and over again like I did
Kirby
Superstar. Part of that's just the fact that when I was a kid, I always had like someone over, and we would do cooperative Superstar, and it's such a good cooperative game. So that would be my choice. Also, to get that out of my system, since it came out, you don't need to read all of these. Fallout. There's a bunch of them there. It's true. Get it out of your system. You're permitted to say it through June, because I guarantee you that before June is over, I will release the next one. So as far as I'm concerned, you can say it. You can say it through June. And you know, my internal hope, my internal goal, is that we would release the next one in June, which we will. Like, we will. It's gonna happen. I have it done, so of course we'll release it in June. And then, hopefully the next one would be in July. That's my internal goal. I can't guarantee it, because I just don't know how hard it'll be to make, but my goal. 300 bits from Phoenix Nova says, "Good morning, grandparents. Just finished watching the new trailer for Pokemon, and now I'm just chilling out with breakfast stream." So, it ended up not being a stream, right? It's just a trailer? It's just a small video? Okay. Well, in that case, I'll probably catch it after the stream, just so I'm informed about what it is. Because, you know, it's not that I dislike Pokemon, I just haven't had time to adequately play it in years. And, I like to know what's going on. At least a little bit. It's a 3-minute video. I can handle that. Let's see. 4 months from Silver JD, who says, "Hope you guys have been doing well." Doing pretty good, JD. Hope you've been doing well as well. 2 months from Wout64 says, "Hey, Stephen and Mal, it's been a rough few months for me, but you and Mal's content, both old and new, always brings a smile, so thank you and keep up the good work." Well, you're welcome. You are welcome. I'm glad that folks are still getting some joy out of our old stuff, too. We get so many people still telling us how much they enjoy Twilight Princess and Tulip, and I'm like...
I saw some comments in chat earlier about I Am Earthbound.
Oh my god. I Am Earthbound. I'm an RPG. The second set in a game of 3. Didn't do so hot when I first debuted, but 10 years later I've got attitude. 10 years later! Let that sink in. 10 years later. 10 years later. It has now been 25 years. I was a child when I wrote and recorded that song. Unbelievable.
You were what?
Unbelievable.
You were a sophomore?
That was in that was the end of
2005.
No, it was the end of 2006. It was right as 2007 was beginning. So I was a senior.
That's my
I was a
arm,
senior. I
Kepler.
was a senior. I was a senior in high school. Yeah. It's actually funny because there was someone else who did a version of I Am Earthbound. Like, they recorded it and did a music video for it. And it's been a while since I saw it, but it wasn't that long ago. It was like, I think it was like less than a year or two ago. And when they did the song, I'm pretty sure they said 10 years, I think they said 10 years ago. And I thought about the fact it was 20 years ago, or they said 20 years ago. I don't remember. It got brought up. The fact that it was like forever ago. And I was like, oh my goodness. Such a long time ago. Like, I remember playing Smash 64 and being genuinely surprised that Ness was in it. And when I did that, Earthbound had only been out for 4 years. Like, and that seems like forever ago. Like, oh man, it's been years since Earthbound came out, but look, Ness is in this game. How exciting. Now it's been friggin' 20 years.
La, di, da.
Time marches on. Time marches on. Excuse me. 300 bits from Nixelpad. It says, so 3 years ago, I decided to start watching the whole Digimon series. Though each season is split into its own little miniseries. I got through the first 3 seasons, approximately 150 episodes, and got 12 episodes into the 4th season before I ended up stopping due to crazy college. Then on Sunday I started binge watching it again, and I'm now 25% done with season 5. Dang. But, I mean, now...
I'd like to watch through, is it seasons 1 and 2, I think?
Oh god, oh god.
I think I've said that before.
Sing about whatever makes you happiest. Honestly, if you were to ask me how I am the happiest, I would point to Mao, because in the darkness that shows up in my life, there's seriously nothing that makes me happier than my wife. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but it's absolutely true. Don't cry. Don't cry. I love you.
So, see, I thought you said how, and I thought you were going to talk about Kepler and say cow.
I mean, he also makes me happy, but
Oh, he
like,
wants down.
is there another person in this world that fills me with joy to the level that you do? No, it's not a contest. I really, honest to God, I don't know how I'd make it through each individual day without Mallory.
To get the pizza dough off your hands.
Probably selling short. Probably selling short yourself just a little bit. It's also sad because I had the rhymes pretty well established early, but the syllables weren't quite there. But still, I'll take it. That was 5,000 for Mr. Gameboy 18, who said, "Sing about whatever makes you happiest." End topic. I know there is a lot of dark in the world, but always remember the quote from all of our collective uncle. Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place. Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Mr. Gameboy, thank you. And yeah, it's like I said earlier. It is a dark time. It is a heavy time. But continue to look for the light. And of course, I think this is really important, especially right now, within the last week. Continue to try and be the light. Be the light that you want to see in the world, and try to enact change where you can, in a place that you can, however you can. It's important right now. It really is. Anyway, Nixelpad, thank you. So it's still coming off of the end of Nixelpad's alert. But I appreciate it. And Digimon is a series that I've always been vaguely interested in. So at some point, maybe I will get a chance to see it. I've seen like the first episode, maybe. That's where they go to like Digital Land. They go to Digital Land.
They go to camp
Digital Land.
Is that what happens in the Japanese?
They go to
version?
Digital Land. They go beep boop boop, and then they're in Digital Land. I vaguely remember this. I might be thinking of Monster Rancher. 500 bits from Courtney D. Smith, who says, I mentioned 2 months ago that I couldn't visit my mom directly, or I couldn't visit my mom because she was working directly with COVID patients, but she's now done, and her 2-week self-isolation is up on Thursday, so I took Friday off work and taking the 5.5-hour drive to go visit her. I can't wait.
That's exciting.
That's the light. That's the light. That is the good news that we need in a time like this. That's really awesome. Oh, I should tell my story. Our story. Last night, my parents came over. We set up chairs in the driveway, 6 feet apart, and we had a chat for like 2 hours. And it was great. Mm-hmm. It was great. Because we have not done that. I have only talked to my parents since March via FaceTime,
or when
they've dropped off
Mm-hmm.
too many desserts, and we haven't really had a chance to like talk to them face to face, and you know, it's weighing on everyone in a very real way, and I was like, let's set stuff up in the driveway. You guys come over in the evening when it's a little cooler, and let's do that.
And
so
we've
we
had
did.
some nice weather days.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, it was like actually a little chilly last night.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're I was very grateful for that, and I think that's something that we're gonna try and do again real soon. There you go.
Just had to look at the light. Ugh.
So yeah, it was wonderful. So getting a chance to see family is important. And do I wish that times were normal? God, yes. But you know, doing what I can in the meantime, I'm trying. 300 bits from Ollie Tomlinson, who says, I stumbled upon Stephen's Basement, a very old channel with amazing videos, including your Canadian Idiot music video.
You were definitely a kid then.
I was a kid. Enjoy.
One of my favorite things about that video, and I probably say it every time it comes up, is how you did your tattoos. Austin had the sleeves that were just printed.
Yeah, a shirt.
A shirt, yeah. And Stephen took temporary tattoos, and they were Pokemon, and took the whole sheet of temporary tattoos and just...
So what is the screaming? Oh, it's people screaming in the crowd at Super Soul Brothers. It sounded vaguely like the very beginning of a Gorillaz song. You know the Gorillaz song? I think is it M1A1?
I don't know the names of them.
Where the person's just like, hello!
Oh, yeah.
Doo-doo, doo-doo.
That one, yes.
Is anyone there? It does that for like 90 seconds before it like jumps into the song. That's what I thought it was. And I was like, why do I have Gorillaz in this? I'm pretty sure that's not okay. Can't have Gorillaz playing on the stream. Anyway, yeah, if you've never seen the Basement channel, it's got a lot of
You were very young. It is very old stuff.
And there's so many videos that aren't even on there anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's just a very, very long history of me making stuff. Mm-hmm. Like more than half of my life now. So yeah. Also, M1A1's a great song. Anyone, 1,000 miles an hour. Gorilla got the bass drum. Gorilla say one song.
Are you good?
La 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 la. Hey. It's a really good song. 2 out of 10. 2D, is that you? That's the response I was looking for. Thank you. Is it M1A1? I've always heard anyone, but I guess M1A1 would make more sense. Never actually looked up the lyrics. It's M1A1. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. There's an entire website about like misheard lyrics. Setsy says okay, fair. M1A1. There's some really I can understand. In my defense, he does sing some songs with like like he's pushing it, and that's one of them. Because he's like, it's almost like he's forcing an echo, if that makes any sense. And gorillas are great. 300 bits from Prince, who says, part of why I adore you both is how wholesome you are and how much you love each other. And hearing Steven sing about how much he loves Mal just solidifies this aspect of why your channel has become a favorite. And the only vlog I try and keep up with. Keep on being you, and you bring so much goodness into the world. Well, I try and do what I can. But is it true that I love my wife? I do. I do. We rely on each other for a lot. So, you keep being great.
You keep being great, too.
You keep fixing my pizza. The pizza that I destroy. God. At least I know. At least I know next time not to touch it.
Next time we'll get out the stand mixer with the dough hook.
Yeah.
And then you just, like, turn it on and then watch it.
We have machines!
I know, but it's so heavy and we have no room for it here.
The problem as we advance in technology is, like, yes, we have the technology to do this, but is the technology truly convenient?
Yeah, I'm already upset about how much room the rice cooker takes up.
Because if it takes up too much room, or if you gotta go get it out of the closet, then at some point you go, maybe we'll not use the machine! Anyway, 500 bits from Thea Hex, who says, oh man, if we want some good news. My childhood best friend is back in town, and we're celebrating her graduating from Ringling College of Art and Design on Wednesday. Her CG student film made it into their best of gallery this year. It was called Arch Frenemy. If you can find it somewhere, it's really good. Also, happy Pride Month. Thanks for such an accepting community. Well, first off, congratulations to her. Mm-hmm. A fellow College of Art and Design student. Very neat.
Film student.
And a film student.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Arch Frenemy. Man, art school is the whole thing. It's a shared experience amongst art students, no matter where you've gone. And there's just like this unspoken thing between them of like, where you can just kind of go, art school, right? And they go, art school, right? And then that's it.
As someone who was in the art program of like a state school,
yeah,
like it was not like it was at your school.
I know.
So it's definitely
I know.
a school specific for art, not just an art program. It's very different.
It's a very specific feel. Also, Kazuyumi with the 5 milk bombs. Kaze, thank you. Appreciate that. Brandon says, I don't know what you mean. I always cry at the color blue. I'll never in my life forget that class. I will never forget that class. I mean, that, in fact, like, and as time goes on, your memory is not as good as it is, so you start filling in holes where you think things should be. So I'm not sure if he dropped to his knees, but now in my head I'm like, he dropped to his knees.
You've just changed the story.
Yeah,
to
like
make
it's
and
like it's one of those things, like, that's just how human memory is. It's increasingly unreliable, but also it makes for really good storytelling, because as time goes on and your brain is not 100% sure of facts, it starts to convince itself of things that happen. So it's like, he dropped to his knees and wept. And now I'm like, maybe he did. I don't know. Like, and now any future versions of that story I tell, I'll probably include that. He dropped to his knees and just wept. The classroom gradually filled up with water. Several students drowned. Anyway, 300 bits from Wolfie Spawn, who said, so yesterday my sister graduated, and now we finally are able to visit my grandmother, who's 10 hours away. She recently had a cancer scare, but thankfully it wasn't, but she's still unhealthy, so we're going to spend the week with her and try to help around the property, so wish us luck. Well, that's really nice. Mm-hmm. Definitely helping out is certainly appreciated, I'm sure. That's awesome. And your grandmother's 10 hours away. People live so far away. I mean, my extended family also lives 10 hours away, so I'm one to talk, but... And my other family, my secret family, my other family, who is my friends.
Oh.
my friends who I my very close friends who I consider family are further than 10 hours away. Chaz is... How many hours away is Chaz?
Oh, I don't remember.
13?
Something like that.
It's like...
We can do it in one day, but it's a long day.
It's like 13 after you pee. That's the rule.
Chess is about that.
Yeah.
Are you moving here, Chess?
No, he's saying, yes, about 13 hours.
Oh. I thought it was like, about that... ...
You definitely read the inflection of that message wrong. In your defense, it's text. Chaz is like, about that. I'm moving in with you. Now. I'm at your door. I mean, if you want, if you and Jeff showed up right now at the front door and you had all your cats, you would be welcome here, and I'd have several questions. 11 months from Daily Dose of Joseph. Almost a year. Oh, time does move in a linear direction. I don't think I said it before, but I literally changed my username so I don't have to hear you struggle anymore. The artist formerly known as JSD Ma Nintendo. Is it a actual valuable thing to change your username if you don't want to hear Stephen George struggle reading your username? I think it's valid. And also, it's a good name, Daily Dose of Joseph. DDO Joe. That's the short version. DDO Joe. I like that. But that's not your name, and that's not what I'll say. Daily Dose of Joseph, thank you.
Chess said that would not go well if they showed up with all the cats. And Satsy says, yeah, we know you have Knifecat.
We did tell that, right? We told that story.
Oh, there's more to the story now.
What the? Chaz! Quick version of the story is Chaz's smallest kitty, little precious, this is great music for this, little precious Elspeth, has been pulling knives out of the knife block at night. And apparently has pulled out even bigger, I've never seen that happen, but at night, Elspeth's like, whooshink! So when Chaz and Jeff wake up, there's knives out, and now they have to hide the entire knife block. Fossick says, murder cat. I would be concerned. I've never seen an animal do this. This is new information, but I think the thing that's frightening is that knife blocks.
Can I post a picture of her for show?
Sure, yeah.
She's
Knife
so
block.
cute.
She's very adorable. Knife cats. Knife cat. Watch out behind you, Knife cat. Elspeth will find you, Knife cat. She's gonna murder you soon. What was I singing? Night Trap. That's Night Trap. I was like, that tune came to me, but what is that? That's Night Trap. What was I saying? I was saying something before that, and I got... Oh, I was saying knife blocks are angled. They don't just fall out. They come out at an angle.
And
so,
especially if there's a big knife, it's harder to...
How? At what point does the cat be like, yes, this belongs to me now? Good God. Anyway, Mal's gonna find... Oh, Chaz got an image.
Oh, okay. There she is.
There she is.
Oh, she's cute, though.
She's taking a photo of the murder she committed.
That's a good picture. I've never seen that one.
That's a really good photo. Elspeth is a sweetheart. Very sweet, very precious. But she will pull a knife on you. So, there's that. Baby. Evil baby. She's wearing gloves to hide the poppers. Oh, God. Also...
They have 3 cats, and, Chaz says she only does it when we're asleep. It's her based on the personalities of all 3.
Oh, yeah. Also, I know earlier we were talking about the community and how good the community is, and encouraging and positive and uplifting and inclusive and wholesome. You know what else I appreciate? You guys are funny. Thank you so much for being funny. There's so many times where we don't even have to provide the humor. You can provide the humor, and you do a great job. So I'm so glad that we have a genuinely hilarious community that is always adding to what we're saying. And sometimes we don't even catch it, and you're just making other people in chat laugh, and it's great. You're wonderful. Thank you all. God. Anyway. 5 subs from Kazeume to Max the Sax 47. Man, that's a name. I am going to try.
Ebelobex.
Abelabexa Bandraba. Sure. Aspen of Aiden, Met 85, and Delfino Luma 101. Kaze, thank you. Fossix gives a sub to Nightbot. Appreciate it. 500 bits from Kazeume says, hyped for the podcast. I can't watch it live since it'll start at 3 a.m. here in Sweden. Okay, yeah, I don't blame you for not watching at 3. But it will be, it'll be archived immediately. And then it'll be out on all of those audio places in the near future afterwards. 300 bits from Danny who says, secret family, through the mountain. Secret family, yeah! I don't know what that tune was supposed to be. But I read the words. And that part's important. Sometimes I'm trying to, figure out.
It's from Avatar. ATLA.
Oh, the Secret Tunnel. Okay. I don't remember that song. But also, people know I don't remember the song because I named all the Last Airbender characters the other day, and they were not right. They were not right. Shout out to Boomerang Buck. Fossix also gives a sub to Knifecat. Knifecat! Thank you, Fossix. 8 months from Casadicia says, 8 months of non-existent 8 months of non-existent subs. The word is consistent. Consistent. Non-consistent subs. It's alright. They're cumulative. They used to not be.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they changed it.
I'm glad they changed it too, but I'm just remembering that it was shortly before we started doing breakfast streams. Shortly before we started doing stuff. That's what it used to be, and I'm like, that's wrong. I'm glad that they changed it. They made the good choice there. Mr. Gameboy 18 gives a sub to Elspeth.
She doesn't need more power.
My knife is sharper now. Thank you, Mr. Gameboy. Don 2300 with 100 bits. Appreciate it. 300 bits from Squid, who says, this community is hilarious. Everyone is funny to make up for me being unfunny. Unfortunately, what you just said is funny. So now you've created a paradox. Sorry, Squid. Lodestar Mage with the 8-month sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Moist Crunch Potato gives a sub to Knifecat with some underscores. Oh god, there's more. 500 bits from Mimic Man, who says, no joke, my dog has a habit of taking knives off of my kitchen counter and keeping them in her mouth by the handle. That is horrifying. Come here, boy, what you got? Oh, don't come here, slow down. Yeah, that could be problematic. That could be problematic. And obviously, it can be very dangerous for the dog, too. I'm reminded of that very famous viral video of the people that are standing around they're like having a barbecue or a pool or something, and there's a little kid running, and they're like, hey, what do you have? And he's so small, he's like 4 years old, and he's running with a knife, and he goes, I have a knife! And they go, no! And then the video just cuts off. And it's one of those things that, you see the video, and your first instinct is to laugh, and then immediately be hit with dread of oh my god, that child is running with a knife. But then also understanding that it was filmed years ago, and you're like, well, I have a certain presumption that the child is okay now. So it's okay. I think I'm allowed to laugh at this right now. But yeah, don't give your pets knives. And if they're taking them of their own free will,
put them where they can't get them.
Have a talk with your dog.
They're gonna have to get child locks on their cabinets.
Yeah.
Like the ones where they hold it shut, and you have to do the latch.
The thing about pets is that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and the other thing, and this is a thing with like kids too. Things aren't ever a problem until they're a problem. So it's hard because they may never be a problem. So you may leave something out and you're like, they've never bothered it. And then the first time they bother it, then you're like, crap.
Yeah.
Crap. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Because, like, Sagan got in cabinets.
Yeah.
And he'd love to get in cabinets, and then he could get himself out. But sometimes he'd be in the cabinet.
He could do it.
And he'd push the door.
He just wanted to.
And then he'd let it slam and, like, thunk, thunk as, like, it closed. And then he'd do it again just to make the noise.
Sagan just wanted to stir the pot.
Yeah, he did.
he honest to God, like, he would climb into the cabinet, and then from inside the cabinet, he would just push halfway to just slam the door over and over and over again. Like, if he wasn't getting enough attention, that's just what he would do. He'd go crawl in the cabinet and just boom, 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 boom. And then I'd have to go get him and be like, get out of there. What are you doing? And he'd be like, oh, hey, you paying attention to me? Can we play? Then we would play.
We have, the doors in this house are the kind that have the scroll handle.
Yeah.
And, Kepi can open them, but he doesn't understand how. Because sometimes the door's been shut and he's like jumping at the door and he manages to pull the handle and open it. But it's a surprise to him, like, oh, you opened it. Like, he doesn't understand that's how he got it open.
Yeah. There was one morning I remember where we had kicked him out and he was very whiny.
Yeah.
And then he'd been hitting the door and all of a sudden the door opened. Whining stopped and he was like in disbelief of like, oh, I opened the door. And then he came in like, hi, it's me. I'm here. Kepi time. Anyway, Mr. Game Boy also gives subs to Knife Kitty Cat. Cat, I'm a kitty cat. And I stab, 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 and I stab, stab, stab. And also gives sub to Cat with Knife. You don't like to see it. Fossix gives 4 subs. Milk Bombs to Goomtendo, Holy Dragon 7, Valsy Plays, and Zack Attack 993. Thank you, Fossix. Appreciate that. And 300 bits from Gold Mage, who says, been having some really bad nights, and in this case meant I only got here at 10:15. I'll have to catch up later, so glad for late streams. Also, just started work at restaurant again. Speaking of sleep, sea lions can sleep both in water and on land. If the water is shallow, they'll sink to the bottom and rise for air every few minutes. Interesting. While they sleep. Cool. I guess, you know, for most living creatures, they're not going to, like, sleep in the water. Like, their
mammals.
brains will... Coffee. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because they can't.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, they... You know, if you were asleep and then you were underwater, your brain wakes you up because you're like, you can't breathe, time wake up. So, it's just really neat that animals have, like, a thing for that. 300 bits from Noah, who says, my best friend and I are getting burritos later and sitting socially distant in the backyard. I haven't seen her since December, and I am very excited. Awesome. Awesome. It's weird because, like, these are definitely things that we would take for granted in the before times. And, you know, I gotta tell you, like, from having a conversation with my parents last night, it's just wonderful. It helps things feel just a little bit more normal for a brief time, you know. And, like, I want my parents to come in the house. I want to give them a hug. And, like, I'm not doing any of that right now. But it's just so nice to be able to have a conversation again. So I hope that you enjoy, I hope you enjoy your burrito, but you will. It's a burrito. And I hope you enjoy your conversation later, too. We also got a sub from Dawn Fever. Thank you, and welcome.
Kepler's snoring.
He is snoring. He is snoring. Announcements.
We already said
today.
my video is out. Fallout came out on Sunday.
Yeah, and today is Tuesday, so we are back to releasing Smash.
And Disc Only podcast tonight.
Oh man! Before I talk about Disc Only again, definitely watch Mal's video. It's great. The Smash episode today is wonderful. It's Villager. You remember
Oh,
Villager?
yeah, that one.
It's
that
just,
one's... Oh, yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Great.
It's great. It's so good. It's so good. It's, wow. Just, the first round, even, is just, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You just can't even... Just prepare yourselves. Sachi says, I look forward to you totally getting 9.9. That's what you should look forward to. You would think by the time we get to the Smash 4 roster, especially Villager, I'm like, I feel fairly
Villager,
competent.
yeah.
I feel fairly competent in Villager. And then, of course, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, which is other times in other time zones, I hope that you will choose to join us over on, Foxx got the link, twitch.tv/ProtonJohn. We'll be there discussing something. What? I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. Doodle says, to be fair, you made it seem like you were going to fail Lucas. I know what I did. So now, what could it mean? How well did we do on Villager? Guess you have to tune in and find out. And I think that's it.
I think that's it,
I think
too.
there's no other no other announcements. Either way, if you can be over at John's channel tonight, I'd appreciate it. If not, I totally understand, and that'll be out to watch, shortly after. And again, I'm gonna give a quick message, related to what I talked about on the blog yesterday. It'll be out soon enough. Please take care of yourselves right now. Something I struggled with over the past few days, and again, this is the subject of yesterday's vlog. Something I've struggled with the past few days is being a little too attached to social media. And if you do that, you will very negatively impact your mental health. So please, it's important, I think, to stay informed about what's going on. And I know that doing that helps you feel like you are being an ally. And I think that's good. But don't overdo it. Don't. Because if you are constantly coming back to social media, you're constantly coming back to Twitter's Explore tab, yeah, you can get front and center everything that's happening, but it will negatively impact you, and you have to step back. So take that. I know some of you probably need that, because I needed that. I needed that message. And if you needed to hear that today, then I'm here to tell it to you. Please do not put yourself so deeply into everything that's happening right now this second that it is negatively impacting your life. Yeah. And finally, to wrap up, 18 months from Mr. Viperfang, that's a 1+. Thank you, Viperfang. And 5 subs from Jodre to Mediocre 4548, Shadow Dragon 5, Link Cow, Kev 99991, and Anime 199011 got there. Oh, did Jules just show up?
Uh-huh. Had a good message.
That's a very good message. Being informed is useless if you are not mentally well. It's true. It's absolutely true. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, that's basically the message of that's one of the reasons we cleaned yesterday. Is like I needed to stay off of social media because it's weird because people associate us with, like, we don't talk about the news, we don't talk about current events, we don't really do that sort of thing. I am someone that I am so deep into news all the time you would not believe. Which is a really weird dichotomy of, like, being very involved in the news and, like, reading stuff and then saying very little to nothing. It's really weird. It's a really weird headspace. But I really overdid it over the weekend, and I just want other people to not do that. Because I was in a dark spot, and I was like, I need to step away. So I encourage everyone else to do that as well. Set a limit. Make sure that you are informed, not depressed. It's an important distinction. Finally, Danny with 2 gift subs to Magical Emma and the Let's Gamer. Danny, thank you. Folks, we're going to end it there. I sincerely hope that you have a lovely Tuesday, as lovely as it can be. And I hope that we'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be fun.
I'll be listening.
I hope. I hope.
I'll be downstairs listening.
That's fair. It would be a little weird if you were upstairs listening.
Yeah. I can always guess when things are going to happen, because I can hear you laugh before.
You get to cheat. You get to cheat. All right, folks. Thank you. We'll see you,
Thursday.
Thursday at 9, but also maybe tonight as well.